I've not included the functional warm-up at the start of this level 1C workout, but please do that one beforehand. It's always a good idea to start with that. You can see that in all my other videos, so I won't include it here. Here's a level 1C workout. So all these level 1 workouts should be basically suitable for beginners. So let's get going on this one. So we'll start with the 3 postural exercises to begin with. We start with the quad pad here. Nice simple exercise. So I'm cueing here by squeezing the shoulder blades back. Nice big deep breath through the chest, and then just going through a couple of anterior tilts that you can see there, and then posterior tilting. I'll go through just a couple of those, and then once I've done a couple, I just hold the position with the shoulder blades back, breathing deeply through the chest, and then just holding that posterior tilt, so I've got a nice neutral spine there. So just hold this exercise for as long as you feel comfortable. I tend to go about 30 seconds to a minute on this one. Just make sure you're breathing deeply through the chest the whole way. Okay, next one up is the unilateral position. We'll do an angle from front on here. So I'm trying to line myself up with the tram lines here, about hip width apart, and then you just get that slight bend so that you're hinging down at the same time. Then you want a bit of anterior tilt as you go down there to neutralise your spine. I'll show you from side on as well, but for this one, you're pulling back on that front leg. So you're pulling like you're kind of sliding your foot back, but it's not moving. And then those knees should meet as well. I've done this one in other videos, so you can check out a more detailed explanation in the static postural video. Most of the weight should be on that front leg. If you notice, the opposite arm to the lead leg is slightly forward, whereas the other arm is slightly back. Okay, and the final one of the 3 static corrective exercises is the wall breathing. Again, if you can't get your arms up on the wall like that, just do it with your the back of your arm and your elbows against the wall. Again, more detail can be seen in the static postural video, the exercises in the static postural video. I notice that the feet are a little bit away from the wall as well, just so that I can push my lower back into the wall. And the idea is to really breathe nice and deeply through that chest. So really raise and lower the rib cage when you're breathing. Should get that a nice powerful pull between the shoulder blades. Okay, then we go on to the movement corrective exercises. Start here with a medicine ball slam. So bring that behind your head, so you're really stretching out your front line, muscle and fascia, and then when you get to this point there, that's when you really need to posterior tilt your pelvis, and that helps you swing, really helps you whack the ball down there with a big slam without using your arms too much. So this should be a real upper body, it should be an upper body flexion exercise. You see how my body's flexing there as I slam it down, and it shouldn't be the arms taking the pressure. You'll get sore elbows if you use your arms too much for that. Okay, next one, notice the unilateral position to start off with there. And I'm going to do a wood chop and pivot round. Notice again there's like a full body movement to this, so it should all be in sync. Upper and lower body should be moving as one. Notice again, finish in that unilateral position. Can be a little bit difficult to pivot sometimes if you're on, like I'm on a carpet here and my shoes were a bit grippy, so I found this a bit difficult to pivot. Just about managed it, but it's better if you can be a bit slippy on the floor so you can pivot properly. So I'm going to do this one from the side to show you. Here you go, it's kind of finishing and starting in that unilateral position. As I go down there, try and neutralise the spine. Okay, just do as many reps as you like on each side there. Okay, the next one up. So we're just doing a swing and step here. So we're going to just do a usual dumbbell swing, but we're just going to come forward and stepping forward. This one can be a tricky one to not let your knees cave in, particularly on the way back there. So again, try and stay hip width apart and use your core and your glutes to really drive the dumbbell up. I've got a fairly heavy dumbbell here, I think it was about 8 kilos. But to begin with, start much lower than that. So we go from the other side. Try and line up about hip width apart. Make sure I don't smash the mirror there. And there we go, forward. And right at the top of the swing there, also try and, as you get to the top there, you bring it down by really pulling that front line of muscle and fascia of your body. So that big posterior tilt should help you pull that weight back down into a good swing rather than using your arms too much. Okay, next one. So this is like a kind of cross step, and then you pull the weight across with you. This is a bit of a difficult one to coordinate, but this is a lateral line exercise, so we get a bit of a stretch there, or what I'd call an eccentric load, as I put my arm over my head like that. Then we use that load to spring across to the other side with the weight. Again, there should be that fluid, integrated feeling about the exercise, and the same thing the other side. Again, start quite light with these ones. This one doesn't need a lot of weight. Good neutral spine throughout. Try and keep a good posture. Then we move on to the cross-body swing, and this time we're going to add a little step with it. So we've got a bit of coordination going on into that kind of half short lunge position here. There you go. So let the kind of weight lead the way here. So you kind of swing your body over to the other side. Again, it's mainly a core and glute function that's really drawing the weight from one side to the other, and let it kind of go with the flow a little bit. So you really go with the swing of the weight. See, as I go down here, making sure my spine's neutral at all stages. You might get a little bit of extension at the lower spine there as I'm swinging up now, but it shouldn't be much. You should be really trying to pull that posterior tilt in to keep your spine nice and neutral. Okay, then we get into the hanger for the next one. So this is just the a weighted pull and step. So I'm just using a kind of plastic cable for this one. And you just pull and step back. This should come. The pull I did in some other videos. Technique for the pull. But we're just stepping back with the opposite leg here, and that is complemented also by the punch. So very similar. This time you're stepping forward and then punching out. Same thing, as we get to that position, you breathe in. So breathe in, big deep breath through the chest, push out. Breathe in, push out. You should get a feeling of kind of eccentric load around the rib cage area there. Also very important to transfer the weight from one foot to the other. So it's left foot here, most of the weight, right foot, most of the weight there. Left foot, right foot. You should have that kind of snappy, whippy action. Okay, simple little workout you can do.